Hi guys, what's up? In today's video, we're going deep into one of the most emotionally layered, psychologically complex, and beautifully vulnerable characters in modern Hindi cinema. Alisha Khanna from Gehraiyaan, played by Deepika Padukone. Gehraiyaan is not just a film about relationships, it is a film about wounds, about traumas, about choices that live in the gray area. And at the center of all this complexity stands Alicia, a woman who looks strong on the outside, but is quietly breaking, drowning, and rebuilding herself again and again. Alicia's character is introduced in a very simple space, a yoga instructor trying to start her own wellness app. But behind that simplicity hides a lifetime of emotional storms she has never truly healed from. She carries the trauma of her childhood, the loss of her mother, the distance from her father, and the weight of responsibilities she never asked for. The film uses these layers gently, never in a dramatic, overstated way, but through small moments, small expressions, and small breaths. And Deepika carries all those emotions in the slightest flicker of her eyes. If you look closely, Alicia represents a woman stuck between the past and the future. She wants to move forward. She wants to grow. She wants to breathe. But every step she takes forward is pulled back by memories she doesn't want to remember. Her relationship with Karan is stable, but suffocating. It is a relationship stuck in routine, two people living together, but not growing together. Karan loves her, but he doesn't see how much she is carrying. Alicia loves him too, but she doesn't know how to tell him what she needs. Their silence becomes bigger than their conversations. Their comfort becomes heavier than their love. And this is where the film sets the emotional foundation of her character. A woman who is tired of being the strong one all her life. When Zayn enters her world, he represents escape. Not love at first sight, not attraction at first glance, but escape. Escape from pressure. Escape from routine. Escape from the version of herself she doesn't want to be anymore. Zayn listens to her in a way she has never been heard. He sees her. He understands her fears. He gives her space to breathe. And that is why Alicia falls for him. Not because he is perfect, but because he offers her a moment of peace in a life filled with emotional noise. It's a connection born not out of strength, but out of weakness. And that is what makes it so human, so flawed, and so painfully real. One of the most powerful aspects of Alicia's character is how she holds herself together even when she is breaking inside. She is always trying to be responsible, trying to be practical, trying to stay calm. But the truth is she is drowning. She has spent years avoiding her wounds, distracting herself, shutting her emotions down, pretending she is okay. And when Zayn enters her life, those emotions finally start to come out. Not suddenly, but slowly, like waves crashing against rocks. You can see the conflict in her eyes, the guilt of hurting people she loves, and the fear of letting go of the one person who finally understands her. Her childhood trauma, especially her relationship with her father, is the heart of her emotional journey. Alicia has always felt abandoned, misunderstood, unheard. She carries resentment toward her father, believing he never stood by her mother, never stood by her, never understood what she was going through. This unsolved pain becomes a shadow that follows her everywhere, in her relationships, in her insecurities, in her need for validation. That is why every choice she makes feels like a cry for help, a desire to be seen, to be valued, to be loved without conditions. Deepika brings this vulnerability with such sincerity that it becomes the anchor of the entire film. Her affair with Zayn is not shown as a celebration of romance. It is shown as a reflection of emotional hunger. Alicia is not proud of her choices. She is not blind to the consequences, but she is desperate. Desperate for a life where she doesn't feel suffocated. Desperate for someone who holds her when she is falling apart. Desperate for a future where she doesn't feel trapped inside her own mind. Zayn becomes the illusion of that future. A beautiful illusion, but an illusion nonetheless. As the story unfolds, the complexity of Alicia's emotions grows deeper. The guilt, the fear, the excitement, the confusion, all collide in her mind. She knows she is crossing boundaries. She knows she is hurting people she loves, but she also knows she cannot go back to living half alive. And this is what makes Gehraiyaan different. It never paints her as the villain and never paints her as the victim. She is a flawed human being trying to navigate the chaos inside her heart. Deepika's portrayal of Alicia is a masterclass in internal acting. She doesn't express most of her emotions through dialogues, she expresses them through silences. Through the way she walks, the way she looks at the sea, the way she holds her breath before saying something difficult. There is a scene where she simply sits and stares into the distance, and in that moment, you understand everything she is feeling: longing, fear, regret, love, confusion. It's the kind of performance that stays with you long after the film ends. As the story reaches its most intense point, Alicia's emotional journey hits a breaking stage. She confronts her past, confronts her fears, confronts the truth she has been running from. She learns secrets about her family that completely shake her identity. And suddenly, she realizes that she has been fighting the wrong battles all her life. She realizes that she needs to heal, not escape. She needs closure, not distractions. She needs peace, not perfection. This shift in her character is subtle but powerful. She stops reacting from pain and starts responding from understanding. She begins to hold herself gently instead of punishing herself for everything she feels. By the end of Gehraiyaan, Alicia Khanna emerges as one of the most emotionally real characters in recent cinema. She is not perfect. She is not ideal. She is not someone you can easily judge, but she is someone you can understand, someone you can relate to, someone who reminds you that healing is messy, relationships are complicated, and life is not always black and white. Deepika Padukone brings such softness, pain, and raw humanity into the role that Alicia becomes more than a character. She becomes a reflection of anyone who has ever felt lost, broken, or misunderstood. So this was the complete, slow-paced, emotional breakdown of Alicia Khanna from Gehraiyaan. If you liked this detailed character analysis, make sure you subscribe and tell me which movie, series, or character you want me to break down next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.